Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the news and new releases from Forge World and Games Workshop. Welcome to July. It's finally here. It feels like this half of the year has been a year already. Wow, 2020. Anyway, we're getting through it, so let's continue to be optimistic and enjoy the escapism that this hobby provides us. I want to say thank you to all of you new subscribers and everyone that checks the daily videos every day and likes them and leaves a comment. I enjoy reading the comments and interacting with you all. If you'd like to support the channel further, other than by subscribing, please do use the Element Games affiliate link below in the description, and on these Saturday videos I actually pin it as a top comment as well. It's just here. You can click on the link below and that'll save you up to 25% on all of your Warhammer goodness. They do ship around the world, and at present that is the best way of supporting the channel. And I want to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you that are continuing to use the link. It really is helping the channel out and it's making such a difference. So you know who you are. Thank you. First thing I want to do is just jump on over to the old Instagram, which is just super_Saiyan, and have a look at the little post I put about the price. Now, people have said that the price has been linked, people have put it's 150, some people put it's 175, it's leaked that it's 120. I feel that that's a bit cheap for what you get. I mean, maybe they can do it for 120. I know that on the competition, specifically, it said something along the lines in the terms and conditions that, you know, this set is to the value of £120. Yeah, someone put it there as well. People have been getting it already, different YouTubers and things. What is really confusing and frustrating to me, believe it or not, is, okay, YouTubers and whoever have been getting these boxes early and for free. Okay, I get that, that's fine. But some YouTube channels that don't even do any unboxings and reviews have been receiving them as well. And I just have to question Games Workshop's motivations with that. Purely it is just a simple case of, oh, this person's got X number of subscribers, or we like this person's content, or whatever. Anyway, either way, I haven't been sent anything. I never have. And there are thousands now of unboxings and review videos on this channel, and I continue to create daily content of, well, mainly all the new releases, but I also like to include things like the Conquest subscription service and things like Space Marine Heroes, and I try and cover many different game systems. But anyway, enough about that. Let's jump on over to the Warhammer community website, which is right here. There's been many faction focuses this week, if you like those kind of things. Let's travel back in time to the 27th of June, which is right here. Yeah, about here time. On that day, on the Saturday, there was a faction focus for Imperial Knights a little bit later on in the day. But the big kind of news last week was the pre-orders for a Frail Stern. And this gorgeous looking collector's edition, it was sold out within 4 minutes. Literally within 4 minutes. I think it was £90 or so, I think, off the top of my head. But still, very popular. 1,500 copies sold. I have never even heard of Demonfuge or Demonifuge, however you want to pronounce it, from 25 years ago. I guess at least 1,500 of you have, and you purchased that. For me, I just didn't think it was sort of worth it with everything that you got in there. And also, I wanted to put that £90 towards Indomitus as well. But along with the Demonifuge, there's also a couple of other things that was up for pre-order, including the amazing looking Seros model for Necrons. He's £30 and I kind of expected he would be that. You've also got the Lord Inquisitor Kyria Draxus and the final book 9 Psychic Awakening book Pariah. There's Illuminar Seras, and then a Frail Stern and Kiganel. Hopefully I'll be able to give you some unboxings of those models and things today. On Sunday I really was hoping for the Indomitus article to declare that it was going to be up for pre-order this weekend, but it's not. It's just this General's Handbook which is a bit lackluster. So that means that the pre-order section of my video today will be slightly smaller than usual. There was a look at the Heroes of Pariah from Black Library, faction focuses throughout the week, such as the Genestealer Cults and Grey Knights. There was a Indomitus face-off, what's in the General's Handbook, Warhammer and World of Warships. I think they did do like a Warhammer in World of Tanks as well. I think a little collab. Then there's a Regimental Standard Find the Assassin. Indomitus pre-order date revealed. So this came about on the 1st of July, and yeah, £120. I mean, I guess the bikes are what, £30. That set is 30. That's 60. These three guys, I think they're going to try and push them for 30. That's 90. The characters are what? Let's say 20 quid each minimum. So that's already £130 just on this Primaris side of things, not including the melter gun wielding Gravis and the captain and the lieutenant and the bearer. So yeah, I just think 120 is going to be quite cheap if it's definitely going to be that. But we'll see. That is going to be up for pre-order on July the 11th, and that is the big news this weekend. You can pre-order it from next weekend. I think that they are going to have enough of these. They have been building a shed load, they said. It's not a limited edition, collector's edition kind of thing. They do have a 2-week pre-order window as well. And so that means that you'll pre-order it on the 11th and you'll receive it on the July the 25th. Again, I would suggest you hook up to Element Games early. You will save quite a considerable amount on this. If it's £120, it's probably going to be about 100-ish with the savings, probably a little bit less than 100. Plus you get your points, and plus you're going to help the channel out. So I urge you to jump on the web store as soon as you can on the July the 11th. But please wait until I've pre-ordered mine. I know there's no way of you telling if I've done that. But still, then there's a few other things, such as this Crusade Journal. They've done things like this before. You've got these army campaign tracker sheets as well, and you get a load of cards. And so, yeah, to just give you an example of what the cards look like. You then got some more faction focuses, such as the Thousand Suns, a book bundle from Fanatical, 26 ebooks, Best of Both Worlds for Blood Bowl, free core rules and new models cited. Now this is quite big news as well, in that you can download the core rules right now. So if you just tick that, you've then got 25 pages of the core rules for 9th edition, which is fantastic. I'm so pleased they did this. I wish that they would do this more often. Where is the app? You know, okay, forget the NHS track and trace app. We want the Warhammer app, the Warhammer 40k app. That's what we're after right now, with all the free data sheets and, you know, all the rest of it. I hope they don't cheap it out, because I've had a look down here at the data sheets, and they have these, yeah, they have what they called condensed data sheets. Now these condensed data sheets will be in every single box set with the instructions, which is all right, but if you look at it, that is all you're going to get. It's just this stat line and these, and that is, yeah, it's pretty lackluster. I don't know whether that's, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I think it kind of is. I would rather have the full data sheets. I don't know. I'm a bit surprised that they're cheaping out and not including the full data sheets, especially when they're now asking for more and more of your hard-earned cash for these kits, and they will for these ones that are coming out. It's either or. I would have preferred the full data sheets and not have this silly little condensed data sheet, because I don't think they're going to have a big refresh and put the condensed data sheets in all their current ranges. I just don't. I can't. That just costs too much money to start changing the instruction booklets and things. But we'll see. I also hope that this condensed data sheet isn't in the Warhammer app. I hope we get the full data sheets like we do with the Age of Sigmar app. If they just bundle these condensed data sheets into the app, I'll be severely disappointed. Anyway, let's go back to the news. There's a look at the General's Handbook for match play, another faction focus for Dark Angels and Harlequins, And then I think that's it for the faction focuses for 9th edition. There was a new Warhammer animation which has entered development called Interrogator, it says. And then you've got a community painting competition winner, an excellent, amazing Khorne, World Eater, Leviathan, Dreadnought there, amazing. Then you've got some role models and General's Handbook 2020 Building Your Heroes. Below these core rules, there was also another look at some new models for Space Marines for Primaris. This bunker thing called the Hammerfall Bunker. Maybe it's another nod to Game of Thrones. We've had Mother of Dragons, now we've got, I say Hammerhall, it's actually Hammerfall. But this bunker thing, I'm not a huge fan. It looks like a drop ship has just been detached and dropped off, and then it's got these big old support feet things that kind of remind me a little bit like the cage that Iron Man uses to deploy against the Hulk. I think the second Avengers movie. Sorry, my Marvel's a bit off at the moment. But yeah, I don't know whether it fits the whole Space Marine vibe. It definitely looks like a little part of a drop pod, bristling with weapons. I think it's hilarious that it's got flamers and it can't move. What? You can put heavy bolters in though, and the missile launcher is the nice 72-inch range, so you're going to deploy that thing and it's going to be able to hit everything on a standard sort of battle table. I mean, I've played Space Marines for well over 20 years, and to me, any kind of static things just don't work for what Space Marines are, which are the Angels of Death, not the statues of death. They teleport in, they deep strike, they're always on the move. The static weapon platform and this bunker. I mean, bunkers, yeah. Maybe if you're on the Siege of Terror, bunkers, yeah. But at the moment, I just the Primaris Gravis armored Space Marines with these melter weapons suit them more, in my opinion. And instead of investing in this bunker thing and the weapons platform, I would have actually liked to have seen some kind of new Terminator armor kind of esque thing, or just some kind of Gravis armor with invulnerable save, or I don't know, something different than these kind of static weapons that Games Workshop have created. Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum, yeah. Even Adeptus Sororitas, yeah. But Space Marines, I don't see it. I just don't see it. Anyway, moving down though, we have these funky scenery pieces for Necrons, functional scenery pieces. You get 3. They're called the Convergence of Dominion, and they consist of 3 star steals. That's nice. I like that word. It's like you're stealing a star or something. Big obelisk things, and all 3 of them are slightly different. I like how they're in different stages of I say degradation. The first one's kind of cocooned in this stone, and then it's got a little bit of stone chipped off, and then you've got the full Necron reveal there of them. And in the very first preview, I did notice these in the back near the massive monolith thing, and did call them out as being new scenery pieces. I'm pleased that they did get one eventually. Now we just need a plastic Necron pylon and not the very expensive Forge World ones. And that's it for all the news. So let's now jump on over to Forge World, where we'll have a look at the pre-orders. And I can tell you right now that there aren't any. Unfortunately not. There's still another week of no new pre-orders from Forge World. I'm hoping it'll change next week. Could even change the week after. However, I've been keeping a track on some of their best-selling items, and they are getting more and more in stock as the days go on. You can now order a Fire Raptor and a Deimos Pattern Rhino. It's just some of the really popular ones like the Warlord Titan you can't get. It's out of stock. But if we go to bundles, some of these bundles are back in stock now, and they weren't before. So that's great news. So they are fulfilling orders. They are probably working overtime to get these orders fulfilled. And no doubt it won't be too long to wait before we can start pre-ordering some new models from them. Okay, let's jump on over to Games Workshop and have a look at the very small selection of pre-orders today. Okay, so here we are, and it's, I say, Age of Sigmar heavy. You've got the first page, which shows you the General's Handbook for 2020, and you get a load of battle profiles. It says additional tokens, reference cards, only while stocks last. If we go to the right, it's just an advert for Pariah, Psychic Awakening, and Inferno. That's up for pre-order today as well. So I like what Games Workshop do at the moment, where you have a weekend of Age of Sigmar. So we had the Lumineth Realm Lords, and then last weekend we had the Psychic Awakening. Now this weekend we sort of have a little bit of an Age of Sigmar release with General's Handbook. So we click on New and Exclusive, click on Pre-orders. Apparently there's 25 of the suckers, because there are some Blood Bowl pre-orders which I completely overlooked. I do apologise. I still haven't got into Blood Bowl. If you'd like me to get into Blood Bowl, put it in the comments below. Put which team I should start collecting. No, I'm not going to suddenly just start collecting every single team overnight. But my friend many years ago got into it and he really enjoyed it. And if I had people around me to play it with, I'm sure I would have a huge amount of fun with it. Anyway, moving on to the pre-order. So you've got Classic Inferno Print on Demand Collection. This is £50. It says it's print on demand, and it says you get issue 26 through to 35. So what's that? 10 issues inclusive of those. Then you've got the General's Handbook 2020, which I guess is the main pre-order for this weekend. It's £45. It says Warlord Edition. What do you get? You get 12 large pitched battle plans, 6 large meeting engagement battle plans, 7 large realm of battle cards, 48 cardboard tokens, 3 small triumph cards, and 18 small auxiliary objective cards. So it's a softback book. Does it say how many pages it is? I always look for this. I can't see anywhere. I'm really looking. You've got there's a 32 page booklet there, but I can't see it. I do apologise. Ah well. Moving back then, you've also got the Old World Alliance and Underworld Denzian's Pitch and Dugout set for £28. So Old World Alliance. There we go. And then you've got these two teams, the Middenheim Maulers, Old World Alliance Blood Bowl team. Looks like you've got some dwarves and some humans and some halfling players as well as some tokens. That looks quite nice, £26. And then you've got a Underworld Creepers, Underworld Denzian's Blood Bowl team. Again, a bit of an alliance there, in that you've got some Skaven and goblins joining forces. Quite nice, £26 for both of those sets. You've got the General's Handbook itself for £20. I kind of wish that would have been £15, because it is only softback. Does it say the pages here? Come on. Oh no, it still doesn't. Oh well. Then you've got Saturnine in hardback. Now, if we click on this, it says that it will begin shipping from the 11th. So you can pre-order it today, and you'll get it either next Saturday, or I think Games Workshop don't normally send you your pre-orders on the day of release. So I think you'll probably get it on the 13th of July, on the Monday. But still, if you want to save £2 or £3, you can pre-order this from Amazon. It's just going to be about a week later for you to receive it, but if you want to get it a different way, you can. And that's the same for all of these books. Really, you can save a few pound from getting them from other places. Then you've got Lady of Sorrows hardback, nice Age of Sigmar novel there. You've got Old World Alliance Team Card Pack for £16. Yeah, these card packs are getting quite pricey for 16 quid. Then you've got the paperback for Lost and Damned by Guy Haley. I'm a big fan of his. You've got the e-publication for General's Handbook, Blood Bowl Spike Journal issue 9. It seems like ages since we had the last Spike issue. You've got Soulless Fury, a Necromunda novel by Will McDermott for $8.99 paperback. Mark of Faith, finally in paperback. That should have been released many months ago in paperback. But that is $8.99 by Rachel Harrison. I've read some reviews and people prefer the honor-bound book, but like all consumable media, it's personal preference and how the experience affects you as an individual. So if you like her writing style and the way she fleshes out characters in honor-bound, you may well like Mark of Faith too. Then you've got the individual Classic Inferno paperback books, all £5 each if you want to get them all separately, and then you've got the publication of the Spike Journal issue 9. So that's it for the pre-orders. Pretty lackluster. You know, you've got 2 teams for Blood Bowl, you've got a few books, and the General's Handbook. So it's very thin on the ground on the pre-orders this weekend, but that's to be expected. We've had, you know, three or 4 weeks now of quite substantial new releases, so it's time to take a bit of a break before we save our pennies up and get this Indomitus box set along with all of the subsequent new models and kits for Space Marine Primaris and all the Necron models as well. It's going to be a very expensive couple of months, and then when you think it's eased off, we've then got a couple of new games consoles that you may have been hearing about being released, and they are not going to be cheap. So that's it for the news and pre-orders this week. Kind of more on the news front than the pre-orders. But what do you guys think of the news and the pre-orders this week? Will you be picking up the Indomitus box set? And what model are you most looking forward to that's coming out in relation to it? Please do put it down in the comments below as always. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.